Alright, guys, next on Encanto Characters Explained, it is time to talk about, well, it is time, I'm sorry I have to say this, Peppa, but it's time to talk about Bruno. Where should I start? Well, just like his sisters, when they were babies, their mother ran away from their town, being attacked by those men with the fire that attacked their father. With the candle grew a magical house. Abba was forced to take care of these 3 children. And once they came of age, they possessed a gift with the magical house. Peppa got weather powers. Julieta got cooking to heal people. And Bruno, he had powers to see the future. Compared to many of the other members on this list of the family so far, Bruno has been very different compared to the rest, if you haven't noticed. He's very a black sheep, considering all the rest of the family so far has only been women. He is the only man of the household. And for the most part, I think that's probably why he's probably different from the rest. He has no man supervision. He has no person to look up to that would be a man, like Pedro would be. Sure, he was told about him, but he never knew what his father was like. So in a way, he probably felt like he had no one else to look up to as a boy growing up. Had no father's supervision in his life. So in a way, he probably felt very distant from the rest, leading into him feeling alone and lost in the world, maybe. And maybe feeling more to himself of the future, telling people, putting all that pressure on him and stuff. Probably in a way, he only could see only bad stuff in the world. And that's probably why a lot of times he saw a lot of bad stuff coming to the future. And that's why he kind of told people of the world that he saw some bad things in their future. He saw some negativity. It just so happens that he had such negative in his life that he posed it on the other folks of the town. And I think in order for Bruno to actually see a positive future for a person, he has to be in sync with the other person and have the feelings of being positive towards that person. Just like with Mirabelle, she was positive. So she had a positive outlook of her future. And Bruno was trying to be more open to Mirabelle, considering she was the first one to open up to him. In a way, Bruno has to be the one to be in sync with the person to be positive and have a positive outlook on things. So it's the only way he could be that way. And as negativity grew and grew, I think it kind of got up to a point where Bruno got a bad rap as well. So I think it was the last straw when it started on Peppa's wedding day, which was not even a vision, but she thought it was. Like I said in my Peppa video, Bruno was trying to calm down Peppa, trying to lighten her up a little bit for her wedding, saying that it was okay to let her weather go around. And it's okay to let it out and have some rain go. Bruno wanted her to have fun with her weather and her power, instead of seeing a negative light like everybody else sees it. In a way, he was trying to, even though his powers were like that, he was trying to see his positive way in a positive light. He just didn't have it in sync with somebody else until Mirabelle came around. So that positivity only came from his family. If he can betray to somebody else, it works. That's why sometimes he's positive and sometimes he's not. It's a very odd mix, I guess. That's my theory on it. Anyway, he says that Peppa, don't look at Abuela when she's looking. Because at the wedding, what I think happened is that Abuela was holding an umbrella. And all the rest of them did, stressing Peppa. Bruno saw this and put his hood on instead. Didn't bring an umbrella at all. And was trying to tell Peppa to not look at them, look at me. It's okay to let it out. Do not be stressed. It's okay. It's not bad that your brother is terrible at all. It is fun to do so. And Felix knows that. Felix knows that fun side of Peppa. And so does Bruno. So she was trying to tell her that, but with almost the stress and commotion, she kind of took it the wrong way and let it all out a negative way. In a way, she blamed it on Bruno. She didn't want to blame it on Abuela because she is the prodigy, the leader. You wouldn't want to blame the leader on something like this, or do you? So Peppa did what she thought what happened, and you know, and blamed it on Bruno. And in fact, I think Abuela blamed it on Bruno too, for ruining Peppa's wedding and everything. Abuela was the leader. He thought Bruno was ashamed for doing something this horrible to his visions and everything. He thought he betrayed the family. Bruno couldn't tell them otherwise. It was 3 against 1. So what else could he do but leave? Of course, when Abuela came back for only one chance to see what happened to Mirabel. Fast forward days later when Mirabel didn't get a gift. Abuela asked if Bruno could see the future into her. Unfortunately, and Bruno, a nice uncle he is, he decides not to tell anyone about what he saw about Mirabel, because he thought it might end up the same way of what happened to him. So for a long day, he stayed behind the corner of the walls of the casita, hiding, secretly being with the family, without them knowing, except for maybe Dolores, who might have heard him a little bit. Anyway, hid until Mirabel saw him, found him, and opened his eyes to the positivity of the visions. So when Mirabel meets Bruno for the first time, it seems that he developed a lot of like superstitions, throwing salt, pretending to be other people. I think he has grown to have fear and maybe a little bit of superstition to keep himself safe from negativity that might happen. So that's why I think that's probably why he's so into those things. He's trying to keep himself safe from what could happen in the future.
Just tell me.
So Mirabel kind of made Bruno positive in a way to see his visions. I think that opened him up a tiny bit and brought him back to the family he had. And that is my end of my video of explaining Bruno's character. Tell me your thoughts and comments below of what you think about Bruno. Start talking about Bruno more often, please, because I actually kind of like this character. So, I'll see you next time. We talk about other characters, like Felix and Augustine. Bye. Bruno loves his family, I think. He just felt misplaced with them. But he wants to do everything right for them. He wanted to be a part of them. He just didn't know how until Mirabel came around, I think.